Prime Day. What is going on? It is once again Amazon Big Deal Days. Kind of their preemptive strike at, Black Friday sales, things like that. What we're going to do today is I'm just going to go through and look for some big deals on some camping gear. We're kind of in a good spot right now because, a lot of the camping gear is going to clearance. Camping and outdoors life is mostly known as a summertime deal. So there's great prices to be had going into the fall already. So we're going to take a look at just some of what's going on this morning on Amazon. And, look at some of the big rocks on, where can I save the most money and, who's got the good deals. Just like the regular Prime Day last year, a lot of the biggest deals look like they're in solar generators. If you're looking at a major label solar generator these days, and you're talking box only, you should be getting in there at about 50 cents a watt hour. That's a good price point, like I said. So this one's going to end up being $500, 1056 watt hours. You're dialed right into the into where it's the sweet spot. Some of the cheaper things that you've never heard of, I can't find those examples right here, are go one way or another. Either they're actually, what is that, 80 cents, 75 cents a watt hour on some of these. No, now granted, this one's going to have a solar panel with it, so that was a bad example. But let's not worry about that. Let's take a look at what the deals on it this time are. So Anchor right now, they're coming up with a refresh right now too. So a lot of great deals to be had out there. Like I said, damn near 50 cents a watt hour on this unit right here. Same with this scenario right here. Comparable what you're going to get on these 2,000 watt hours right here. I think this is 1,056, something like that. 750, both with a solar panel. So, a lot of what this is going to come down to is, do you have a brand loyalty? Is there something you're coming off of an older unit, like maybe you had a River, one of these old Delta Pro or a River 1, something like that. So some of your attachments or your solar panels, the way they hook up, is a certain way and you like it, or you're used to the controls or what have you. These are some really great prices on this little unit right here, though. If you just want to be beginner, just getting into the game, like I said, look at this one, 256 watt hours, 169. But the deal right here is going to be where the sweet spot is. $189, you get the 256 watt hours. Well, that's not huge. If you're looking at your average, like, camping refrigerator, you're probably looking at 50 watt hours. Anything over 80 degrees, you'll probably run for, 3/4 of that hour. If you're camping 80 degrees or less, you might only run half that. You might only run 25 watts an hour off that anyways. And in that case, this would last quite a while. I got the Microsoft Shopping popping up here for some of these, just to show us what what they're claiming the real price is. $299 is what they're claiming here. This says the actual price is $270, still $189 with the solar panel. It's a pretty good deal to be had right there. And then, like I said, if you want to just get the 168, 158, so you can add this coupon to it also. If you just wanted to get that unit by itself, you just charge it at home, pop it out with you, pop it back home, and only charge it in the car, or not worried about solar panels. That's a really good deal right there. A couple I marked. It looks like EcoFlow's got some really good deals today too, because this is kind of the entry level, like, get in the game. 512 watt hours, you can do mostly what you want to, run refrigerators, charging plenty of phones, things like that for most of an entire weekend. For 518 and a solar panel, that's not a bad deal right there. some of the ones I saved that were, here we go. Here's a Marlboro. Both Jackery and EcoFlow have a new generation out, so a lot of their last gen stuff is getting liquidated too. That's a really good price on this setup right here. 256 watt hours. You know, similar to the one down here. With the panel here, so only a 40 watt solar panel. It's enough to sort of keep you going. You can offset your refrigerator during the daytime with something like that. But a couple that I saved on the side here that were very intriguing were something like this Dobson right here. So, under the 50 cents a watt hour. But this is a new company that's actually has several units and is, seems like they're trying to make a big push. So they have two different sizes. Well, that's a backup battery, I guess. So you can take your chance on some of the off-name brands and squeeze out that's 2,330 watt hours for under $1,000. So that's a great deal. 40 cents, 45 cents a watt hour or something on this one. So if you're willing to take the chance on a name like this I've never heard of, then there's even better deals to be had. One other one that was intriguing for me was this DJI Power. So DJI has two sizes that they're coming out with right now: a 500, which is going to be this unit right here, at $360, which is still a great price. And then this unit right here, which is the 1,024 watt hours, for $600, which it's just over 60 cents ish. A watt hour on that one. But like I said, sometimes you're just into a brand. And this one, something with this one is, the front here is a little heavier on some of the fast charging for USB-Cs. You see the USBs down there at 24 watts and then 140 watt for the USB-Cs. One of the things about this one here, though, is, if I can pull this up, so this does a fast charging for your drones. So if that's something, if you're using this power source as something that's filling these drones and things anyways, it's something good to pair with, your drone setup. All right, so links for each of these little categories are going to be in the description. Below that is going to be another general link to some of my affiliate links page. I appreciate y'all clicking on some of the links and taking a look. Even if you don't buy one of the products I have listed down there, it really helps the channel. Let's see what I have lined up next. So another big thing that was on sale, huge, on Prime Day was refrigeration. Going into the fall and the winter, these things aren't as necessary, but at the same time, they're a little more economical because of the fact that they don't run as much. And it looks like, not as huge deals to be had as there was Prime Day, but yet some pretty good deals here. Bodega is a brand that's been around for a long time. And what you're going to kind of see with some of these units here, this one here, probably this Philips unit right here. There's one down here. Let's see. I know it was on this page before. There's another Philips unit that's the shorter one. But then if you look, U-Homey setup right here, $144. It's the same unit that they had up here for, it's the size down from this one. All right, so the $319 for the 39 quart. Let's see what they got on here. They got the smaller ones. Not available currently. But this one does come in a bunch of sizes too. So this, this is a little bit bigger than that size we were just looking at. But right now, if you're just trying to get into the game and just get yourself a little refrigerator, I actually own this unit, Wolf Box or another brand. And like I said, we just looked at, there's one, it's the Philips version of it. Let's see, they got 26 quarter right here too. $161 for the bigger unit right here. I think this is the size I have right here, 20 quarts. It's not bad. It has a little side freezer they're claiming here. Don't let them fool you. It shows it right there. It's about an inch deep. I think on the 26 quart though, actually, the freezer is a little more substantial on it. Let's see if we can find one that's got it in it. No, I guess not. Let's scroll down here and see if they show a picture of it. Yeah, I mean, they show stuff in there. It's not like that. But, I mean, look at the price. Right, you got this little bitty unit right here, $161. Oh, let's go for the little one. 19 quart. You're at $144 right here. Right? Then you slide down, catch one of these little power stations for $168. You know, you're under $300. Now you're on a fridge and power. So, not a bad deal right there. What I thought was really fun was... this really skinny one right here is nice. So I like this one right here. It's a little more of a stand-up if you have an RV, something along those lines. That's a really good price on this one right now. But this unit right here intrigued me last time, and it may end up in the cart. I'm just not sure yet. This one's fun because it does have its own battery here. It has got 298 watt hour battery. This little thing up on the screen here is showing 40 hours of runtime for 300 watt hours. Like I said, I'm expecting this thing to run 45 watts. It probably run half, 3/4 of the hour, so maybe 20, 25 watts per hour. Unless you're hot over 80 degrees, then you're probably running full time. You're going to run that full 50 watts, 50, 60 watts. So, you know, like maybe you're getting 6, 8, stretching it out to 10 hours. I'm not really sure about this 40 hour, unless it's got just great installation. But then you can, you know, as you see here, you can, let me get rid of this. You can, if you want to purchase a second battery, you could hot swap batteries like that. And then also, this one's fun because it has an ice maker in it. Right? You know, it's kind of a bigger unit, 30 inches, 15 inches deep, something like that. But yeah, that one's a lot of fun. Ice makers, got its own battery. $600. You know, I don't really believe this 40-hour runtime thing here. I don't know. I don't know where they got that from. If you had a 100-watt solar panel on there, you could probably run it 40 hours. All right, let's take a look at peek what we got next. We are going to look at looks like jumping right into some camping stoves. There's another EcoFlow right there. Brought me over a power station. This looks like they're coming to a Delta 3, right? And now, so 24, that's brand new. Let's take a look at how many watt hours this thing is. 1,024 watt hours, $600. So, you know, you're over it. You're 60 some cents a watt hour. But this is the brand newest product that they got, you know. So on the cutting edge of what their technology is. And still not much over that 50-cent mark, you know what I mean? A lot of this new stuff versus, you know, like the old original Delta Pro I have. This has app support. That old one, I could barely get it to hook to my phone so I could change settings on it. So, all right, back to this. We are going to look at a couple camp stoves deals like this. I really liked this one. I had this one on the list here because It's a little dual thing for, something I'll talk about in the third segment is just a little. Oh, it looks like we could get it for $29 if you want to go over to eBay right now. Oh, where'd you go? All right, you can get it for $41.99 if you like different colors. But this one was fun because it is a little heater also. It's got a top plate where you're getting heat. And then also it's got, well, I guess you could heat up a pot right there too. But then it's got a little cooking mode. Where, you throw a little bitty pan on there. And that's going to be a little bitty pan. I mean, let's try to see if there was anything, a real picture of this to gain any perspective on it. But for $40, it's a fun little deal. Add some warmth to the area also. Deals like this. Okay, so this is kind of the new trend I've been seeing a lot in the stoves, where this is the single version, and this Winkosa, I have the double of this. I actually do a kind of a look at it in one of the videos if you check my channel. That little solid piece right there. Here's another little a fold out one. I thought I would see more. There've been a lot of them popping up lately. All right, well, so let's click on this one and take a peek at it. I have the double version of this. It's super solid. It's a little heavier than some of the others. I have a third. So what they're doing right now is this stove right here is coming in a lot of configurations, coming from a whole bunch of different brands, slight fascia differences, a lot of it the same. I do have a orange nature hike that looks exactly like this. Comes with a little griddle plate, comes with a little cover, like a little cutting board. Works really great. There's a kind of a size. I'll look at what the size is. A little strap. I mean, I pulled the strap off of mine. But those are kind of on a trend, like I said. Okay, so here's the Nature Hike version of this. Fold out little stove. This one also comes with another little griddle. $79 double burners here. It's not a bad size. So I'll give you a little perspective of sizing. Kind of what I like about this one is it is the soft hose. So it's a little bit easier to position your can or use this, sitting in different directions. But here's what I was talking about. So these two right here look very familiar. I actually have this set, and I have yet to cook on it. But when you consider the jet boil version of this is $400, and even just $300 for just the stove itself. And then you have little sets like this. I mean, they're kind of knockoffs of that jet boil. I can't speak for this one right here. $84. I mean, this is way down. Best price in a month. It's been $150 here. You know what I mean? So I can't speak for this one, although it looks fairly thick. I do have. Oops, come on, bud. Disappeared on me. I do have this set right here. And I will tell you, it is very solid. I've never actually had my hands on the jet boil version of this. But, let me get rid of this. You're at like fairly thin camping pot thickness on these. The stoves themselves were very sturdy. And then everything just folds perfectly up into this little unit right here, and carries with you. So that's a slick little unit right there. But what I was saying was, and demonstrating from this, and every time I refresh it, another one pops up. A lot of these little 2-burner foldy stoves right now, are flooding the market. And they're decent little units. They have great little BTUs. These things get real hot, blowtorchy. This one right here is very interesting. People have left a bunch of comments for me to take a look at this one in a different video of mine, so I'm gonna have to get in there. $60 usually what they're running this for. This one's intriguing. It's a folder. It looks like it goes inside this case right here. I thought it folded up a little more than this, but you know, gas, propane adapters, things like that. But just another little angle on, you know, kind of a fun little folding stove for camping. Under $50. Great price on this one by itself. I mean, a couple little burners and a couple little pot set for $85. So this one has been on my radar also. An IGT table. That stands for Iron Grill Table. So how this works is, this is the best price too, $90 off 109. So how this works is, you start with just, you know, it's a short camping table. And then if you'll notice, there's a hole right in the middle of this one here, because it has a little burner that fits into it, right? So you have a little burner on the table here with you. You know, everything folds up, carries with you, but it goes a little farther than that, because, like you see in this picture right here, there's that original little burner from the picture, but then also it has a drop-in barbecue charcoal grill, or a larger burner, you know, with the controls and everything topside. And like I said, they're making a couple different versions, and a couple of companies are making a version of it. Here's the Only Fire, a little more of a basic one. Nature Hike makes just the tables. This is a taller one, it looks like. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is just a regular folding table. This is an IGT table right here. But then what you do is, let's see if I can find a picture where they do it. These attachments drop in. Looks like you can get a basket. There's the charcoal grill, and that other rectangle burner would drop in just like that. And then, you know, like I said, you can buy piece by piece here. Just get the table, which is probably going to come with, oh, nothing really. Then they sell this little burner separately. Then they sell, you know, these little deals separately. Or I think you can get a package. I'm not seeing it on here, but I think they make a package now for like $300. But even if you put it together separately, that little one's $71, $40 for the barbecue pit part. You know, Only Fire is making a little more basic one, same concept. Table folds out, and then it's got componentry that snaps out and snaps in. So that's nice. And then everything folds back down, nice and flat for storage. So those are interesting. IGT tables, something to take a look at. If you're just trying to build like a nice all-in-one, you know, kind of a little setup unit like that. See anything else is interesting before we pull out of this section here. Always a good deal to have. These little fire maples have been going down. I think there's also a size one of these for $39. This Jet Boil, just water boiling knockoff, is always a great thing to have at camp. Quick. I make a lot of instant macaroni and cheese, oatmeals, anything you just need hot water for. You have some cider, you got some sleepy cocoa going, something along those lines. Another one of those IGT tables. Like I said, that fold-out set right here. This is really a nice set. Some inserts for that. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. $39. Little 1 liter pot. Jet Boil style setup. You know, these things, if you've never dealt with one of these. They all clip together to make this little stack to cook on, but then everything folds. I'm sorry, not folds. It just collapses inside of this down into the bag. This is something I'm really interested in checking out. If you'll notice over here, it's in my cart with some other things for the Jeep. So I had some people leave a comment that they just brought an electric burner camping with them and they plugged it into their solar generator. And they work that way. And I guess realistically you could... I thought maybe there'd be some more examples down here. Something like this. You get that's a coffee mug warmer, but something like this where it's a hot plate or an induction cook stove and things like that. You know, you can get those for $30 or $40 probably. Get out there. 6, 7, 800 watts is usually what I'd notice those around. But this was the first time I saw an actual camp cooking system. That was electric. And, you know, from the looks of this, it's adjustable to, you know, to kind of what you need to cook, or exactly how much power you can afford, depending on what size your generator is. So this one is actually coming home with me, this sale here. Oh, here's what I talked about earlier. Jetboil Genesis cooking system, $400 for that setup. How much better is it? Is it $300 better than the other set? I'm not sure. Good price on a portable toilet. All right, I just wanted to look at this one. An electric cooking set. Intriguing. You know, like I said, you could get a hot plate or something, but this one is a legit setup for it. Looks like it possible. I don't know how it works. Induction. It's a very small little burner under there if it isn't. But if you're thinking about going electric and you want something a little fancier than just, you know, a hot plate, take a peek at this right here. And then let's just look at a few things just for, you know, you're not really into the gas. You're not into the electric stuff necessarily. You like good charcoal grill. This one's really nice. Let's take a look at this. You know, something a little whimsical. It's a little fun. It looks like they're using it inside. Not really sure how that works. But just got the little fun little case. And then, you know, there's a setup inside for setting you up a little fire. Looks like you can get it in rock too. But little ones like this are really fun. They fold down. So this one comes apart and folds down into this little envelope like this. Pretty small, actually, these grills are. Let's see. 11 inches by, you know, almost 12 inches. So this thing is a little 1 foot square. I actually own this in an 8-inch by 6-inch. And, you know, it actually worked really well. It's one of those things where it's a couple flat panels and you just slide the slots together and bam, you're ready to go. Alrighty, let's see what other things we can come across. I thought this one was really nice. So $39.99. And this is just like, you know, a little smoky pit looking grill. But what I liked about it kind of was, lowest price, $40 off of $54 here. What I kind of thought was cool was you can flip it over and you can grill off of both sides. So if you needed something with way more room, didn't need a lid. Of course, you're not going to be able to use the lid in this case because it is flipped over. But that one was intriguing, little two-sided grill there. And then if you didn't want to use the backside, I guess you could just get this. This is a single. And they are not advertising any sort of flip it open. But this one's got a thermometer on it. A little army green unit, $40. Some more of these. I thought this one was kind of nice. Nature Hike. I'm going to leave another link to their little store because they are blowing up the spot right now. And this one right here, $55. But very portable looking on this one. He's carrying it around. Looks like it sits up on a little set of legs. And then you just fold it open. No lid to close on this one. You know, hibachi style or whatever. Couple of classics. Let's find... That's a really good price on this, if you ask me. I wish I had bought something smaller. Now, years ago, this was $99 when I regretted buying my huge acorn off for $400 or $500. But you know, if you really like that sort of Komodo acorn big egg setup, you know, it's a big ceramic grill, really great, sturdy. Probably going to be on the heavy side. $144 for a little portable one is a pretty good price. More little fold-out portable grills. This one looks like it folds up a little bit. This is another one, like I said, where it slots together. Just fold under legs on this one. I was trying to find... Let's click inside this link and see what it comes up with. Some of these other ones. Excuse me. Some of the grills that are inside of here. This individual one here. This one's similar to a grill I do a video for from Nature Hike. It's got a little bit different setup on the side, a lot more wood on the side, but it actually turned out to be a decent little grill. I have this one actually in my garage waiting to do a little look at it too. This one was intriguing too because it opens up sandwich style and then it has a little pot that goes inside of it. I don't know if that's a great deal on this one. I think I paid 40 something for the brand I got. But again, you know, one of those Amazon products where, you know, it's one price one day and it's got a different name and a different price the next day. All right, here's this beauty again. So coming into fall, just wanted to take a look at a few, you know, gadgets and some things that might improve winter, fall, what have you, camping. Something I've been thinking about, and I've looked at a few, and I just don't know which ones to get yet. So maybe this scenario will help me figure it out. But rechargeable hand warmer. So if we go camping, you know, you'd be surprised what this little warm, just a little bit of warmth in your hoodie pocket does. Here goes another set. And really cheap too, you know. Wait, what are we doing here? $16 and a 30-cent coupon right here. All right, so there we go. Save another $5 with a coupon, so you're looking at $11 for a pack of these. They look highly rated. 6,000, you know, 30% off of this. And you get yourself a nice little pair of hand warmers. Bring them to the race. Bring them out camping with you. You know, maybe you're just cold-blooded, something like that. But even sleeping, you'd be surprised. A couple of these in your pocket or your hoodie pocket. Really good price on a double sleeper. So, you can either use this with your lady, or I'm a big dude myself, so I end up using this whole thing myself. I don't like to be trapped with my legs trapped inside of a sleeping bag. So I get the double wide. That way I can, you know, let my legs, I can roll around a little bit without getting too wrapped up in it, stuff like that. A couple of things that are on this list too is a good idea. Just good warm pants. These are thermal lined, you know, fleece lined pants. And, you know, just starting out with good layers against the skin, something like that. It looks like they're really pushing the electric hand warmers this year. Yeah, lots of pants and hand warmers when you go looking for winter gear here. This would be nice. An electric jacket could do you wonders. This is what I was talking about before. Just some good base layers thrown on, you know, and you'd be surprised holding the body heat. All right, wintertime. What do you need? You need to stay warm, yeah? Diesel heat. Okay, I know in the past you've used propane heating. You wake up in your tent, in your camper, what have you. Everything is damp. It's just the nature of using propane. Everything gets real dewy inside the cabin, inside your tent, what have you. Diesel heating is not like that. The diesel heater dries and heats up the air completely independent of the combustion chamber, so there's no fumes or anything like that. I mean, people run these units actually in a truck bed in their campers and then exhaust them. Or, you know, like the way I have my setup is I run it outdoors and I just pipe the heat inside. H-calorie, you know, this is one of those deals right here. If you're going to make your own kit, maybe you want to build your own box, you're just going to put it in the bed of your truck, something like that anyways. But then they're putting together big sets like this. I mean, they have really nice units where they're in these black cases. Here's an orange version of it. Let's see. This one is the unit I have. A little older unit like this. Updated recently, of course, right after I bought my setup. These are app controlled, remote controls. You know, you can still work at panels there. Several of them are coming in. Mine did not have this, but these are now coming with, I understand. Let's see if this one does. Not this one here. $159 though. Nice plastic case on this one. It's a good solid unit. I have it. I beat it up. I got a little crack on my front case here. No biggie. Still working good. You feel like you want something metal. You got a little more unit like this. It's the kind that's got the diesel built right into it. $199. This is a real big one right here. It's going to be Bluetooth controlled. This one's going to be able to plug into a wall or plug into your 12 volt. This unit has 6 liters of gas already built inside of it. They're real easy, especially when this tank is built inside of it already, like this one is. You essentially just hook up some hoses. Let's see if we can find one that's got a little better. I mean, this is a real nice setup right here too. You know, and these hoses come with it. This is basically hooking up for your exhaust. It's going to be your intake air. This long one right here is going to pipe the warm air up into your tent, into your RV, what have you. So, based on the price of these things, don't be afraid of, because you're dealing with gas and this diesel heater. There's no issue with, unless you're standing right outside next to the exhaust pipe for this, there's not really much smell off of it. Definitely none inside where you are. These things are crazy quiet. It's like a little jet engine, so you could hear a ticking of a pump, and then you hear a whisper of a little jet, and you're blowing hot air on yourself in the middle of the winter. So definitely something great to consider. Huge price drops on these units since I got in the game. There's a variety of brands these days. Like I said, H-Calorie, these Vevor guys, some of the main players. And then you just decide what you want to do. Do you want a hard case? Do you want something like this that's a little bit bigger, that has gas inside of it? This one seems to have gas inside of it also. But great purchase. Diesel heater, highly recommended. Just hanging out outside, you know, that diesel heater ain't gonna blow on you that great. So something like a fire pit. So just like these barbecue pits, and this might be actually the same portable grill fire pit, it's the same scenario. It folds down real flat like this. You set it up by slotting it in. You got a fire pit. This one right here looks great for $25. But check this out. It's probably tiny, right? Yeah, look at it sitting there on the table. But if you were around a camp table and just some friends sitting around talking and wanted a little light, a little heat coming out of the middle of a table, that'd be a great unit. This is going to be the same size. You start getting into something a little bit bigger. These smokeless fire pits are great. They are really actually pretty smokeless. I run mine on pellets quite a bit. This one's a little bit bigger, 15 inches, 20 inches wide. So, you get 2 red cups of pellets, run you 30, 45 minutes, decent little heat. Something like this is intriguing to me, so it's this is a little propane, isobutane grill or whatever. But the unit heats up and puts off a little, it's almost potbelly stove-ish, sitting around camp. Plus you do some grilling. Plus you cook some stuff in a pot if you want to, A couple of these little portable, some of them are a little crazy. You can get into totally a propane fire if you're not interested in, things burn, soot and wood burning things. This one looks pretty cool. $20. 5-hour burn time. So let's see if we can get a look at how big this thing really is. I guess there's a lighter you can tell from. It says 8 inches. Here's a hand touching it. Seems to be kind of a big suet, like a waxy candle kind of scenario. But snuffable. You're done with it. You put the lid back on it. And, they make a couple of brands that are similar to one of these scenarios right here. They're just big candles, kind of. But something you can sit on a table, something you could have, next to you, a small scale instead of running a full-size campfire. This is a unit similar to what I run. I run a black version. But what this one does is it folds down inside of itself here. You see it stacks. This stacks inside of this. This goes on top of that. Everything goes in there. This is your fire pit. And it really does burn nice, clean, hot. Like I said, I cut logs in half and I run them inside of here. I also run pellets in here. A couple of red Solo cups, about 30 minutes. $39 price tag on a nice little fire pit like this. This is a small. Right, I think about the size I run might be somewhere in the medium range. It's a 3-piece like this. It's a little bigger. Let's see if I can. They're not really giving us any perspective on how big this is. Yeah, I mean, there you go. You see him dumping some pellets in there. Still $59 for the medium, though. Let's see what the large run for. $144. You get the big dog. You can see him sitting next to it, though. This is a good size unit. It's one of the back porch unit, but still probably at a fraction of the price of, actual Solo stove or something along those lines. So a good little portable fire pit. Gas. These are fun little skulls for inside your fire pit. Anything from real basic to a little more fancy Solo stove action. These are fun. Little packet you put on your fire. Changes your flames colors. You got some kids with you. All right, let's see. My next tip for the winter camping is something I've used on a few occasions. Is a 12-volt electric blanket. My experience with the one I have, I got a little clearance one at Walmart. It runs 15 to 25 watts. I don't lay on directly on top of it. This is kind of one of those things where even if you kind of roll it and lay it next to you, or just, in your tent next to your sleeping bag, maybe it's the barrier between you and your wife. It just adds a little bit of toastiness to the room, and you'd be surprised what just leaning up against a little bit of warmth like this, can do for the atmosphere. All right, so prime big deal days. Looks to me like the best prices are to be had in the power segment. Oh, that's refrigerators. The solar segment again, we are 50 cents a watt hour and under on a lot of these deals. A lot of combo kits that'll get you in the game. Things like that. Leave in the comments what great deals you saw that I might have missed in this video. What's your favorite brand on some of these products? What's your favorite grill? Should I go with the EcoFlow? Should I go with this Anchor? Is Jackery the best brand for this? What kind of fridge are you running? What's your experience with, a brand you love or a brand you want to stay from? I appreciate y'all. I'm going to put some links to some videos of some of the camp stoves that are similar to what we looked at today. I appreciate y'all giving them a look. Like I said, the affiliate links for some of these categories and everything on my build are in the description below. I appreciate y'all.